My stomach kind of curled a little bit. I mean, I was just throwing out generic trade scenario.
Curled?
Yes, it's Jeff Thomas.
Yeah,
I got this curling issue.
It's all good.
He was just going to throw out trades, and in the back of my mind, Myles was never there until Chris said that, and I was like, maybe I shouldn't have. It's like you're looking over the cliff, is what that is.
A little bit.
That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
Would you trade Myles Garrett at this point?
I would have last year. Before he went out and became the sack king, right? By the way,
did the tackle for loss god.
Did you guys discuss his gift to his girlfriend for Valentine's Day?
I did not. No, what was it?
He gave her a pink vintage Ford Bronco worth $240,000. Throwing it around.
Are they engaged yet? Is that what you're saying?
No.
You know what? If he is thinking about getting, if he should probably go see my man Josh Booker.
Hey, there you go.
I'm just saying.
Ding, ding. They're like,
oh, don't look at me like that. You knew that was coming, right?
It was fun watching. Actually, it was fun watching Myles over there at the Olympics, though, cheering her on. I thought it was really cool.
I saw. That was fun.
Really nice. I would have traded him last year, and then he went out and had the record-breaking season, what have you. I'm not in the same place right now with that, even though there's still a lot of holes, and you could fill several of them, right, by acquiring a couple of first-round picks over the next 2 years.
Look, does anyone have multiple first-round picks other than us?
I don't know.
Jets
do?
The Cowboys. Someone else does, too. Oh, shoot. I should know these things. Hang on.
That starts at 3 first-round picks.
Yeah.
The conversation starts at 3.
I think it has to, right? I mean, it was probably that last year, and then the Micah Parsons deal happens, and we're all like, okay, the Browns could probably get the same. Now he's at a different level than Parsons in some ways, right?
I'm not. The thought of messing up what is working on this defense
going to say,
doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, you're trading from a place of strength, what have you. I don't make it. As I mentioned before, too, I don't think they have a lot of great trade assets. It's not to say, though, that Andrew Berry can't figure out a way to move things around. Now, if you were seriously considering Caleb Downs as your safety, could Grant Delpit be a guy that they would consider dealing? I don't know. There's some other options. Listen.
I always, and this is just me being paranoid, I always think Denzel's name is somewhere lurking.
You've mentioned that a lot. I know you were really worried heading into last year's trading deadline about that potentially he would be a guy that would be on the move.
Yeah, and I had heard some other people were nervous about it too. That's why I can't, if I get nervous, it's probably because somebody who I believe or might, feels like there's some nerves going on there.
Yeah.
Now, who knows? I mean, those nerves might come from a general manager going, hey, picking up the phone before the trade deadline and going, hey, is Denzel Ward available? And they might be, no. Okay, and that's the end of it.
I've also learned through the years that the trades that typically happen are the ones you haven't heard about, right?
Yeah,
so
that's
it's
true.
Usually the ones that kind of come out of nowhere on you. So, I think, Barry obviously has the willingness to trade. He's done it in the last couple of years. He's made some big ones. He's acquired some talent. He's had, unfortunately the biggest, most failing trade, whatever you want to call it, the worst trade in NFL history happens to be, part of his legacy right now. So he has shown a willingness to do it. Clearly, there are some needs on that offensive line that could be fixed either through free agency or trade. So I think the potential is out there. I think the Browns do want to make some kind of a splash here in the offseason, and whether that's with a major free agent acquisition or a trade, I think everything's still, as Chris mentioned, I think everything is still on the table.
I look and I try to figure out who would be Myles obviously would be the number. If you were on another team.
Most coveted.
And you wanted a player off the Browns roster.
And Denzel would be number 2.
Right. I'm trying.
Beyond that, there's not a whole lot.
To be honest, if you ask me, I would say Carson Schwarzenegger, but it's not like no one's trading a rookie of the year kind of guy. That's not happening.
He's your next building block on that defense.
And Harold Fannin would be the other guy, right? Like you've seen Harold.
Going anywhere with them.
Yeah, I mean, you can go get a tight end somewhere else too. I mean, and Harold's good, but I don't know that he's going to covet you anything more. I mean, what was it? Harold was a 3rd rounder, all right? So maybe somebody might give you a 3rd rounder for him.
No, I mean, he's one of your building blocks. He's one of the few things you have on offense right now. So, yeah, I mean, it's the hypotheticals are out there. I think because of the trade demand that Myles made last year, that probably changes the conversation to some degree. But we'll see where it goes. Barry's.
Could you trade Jerry Jeudy to me? You might be able to find some. I don't know what you're getting for him.
You got to have a partner. Like it's one thing to talk about wanting to trade somebody, and you've got to have somebody on the other end that's willing to take him on and take on that contract and all that comes with it.
That's the other part of this whole thing. Like you could sit here and talk about Denzel, but then you got to look at the contract part of it.
Of course. Yeah. And I know that's, it's fixable in some ways. And I know there's a dead cap money that's going to haunt the Browns for years to come on a lot of guys. And that's just the way that it is. So, I don't know, Chris, he's a little bit of speculation there, and that's fine. And that's what we do. But
I think he just answered the question because I was like, is there somebody you would trade? He's like, well.
You put him in a bad spot, didn't you, Andy?
No, I didn't put him in a bad spot. I asked him
into a corner,
I asked him to be creative, and that's what he is, and that's why he's a great writer.
Yeah, now listen, you could also say that, potentially either Dylan Gabriel or Shedeur Sanders could get you something on the market as well,
listen,
right? I mean,
if you draft a quarterback, one of those two guys is not here next year. There's just no reason to have 2 second-year quarterbacks and 1 first-year quarterback.
No, I would agree. And it would depend also on when you would take that quarterback. Like if you're using one of your first-round picks on a quarterback, and I don't know if we're at that stage yet, but you do have 5 picks in the top 100, right? So
yeah, the higher the pick, it's almost. I think you divide it by the higher the pick, you say Sanders. The lower the pick, you would say Gabriel, wouldn't you?
I would.
And so, I kind of want, if Shedeur's the man, I almost want them to come out and say it. Shedeur's the man.
Are you there with him yet?
No, I'm not there. I need to see more. I'm intrigued.
Same.
I'm not out by any means, but I'm not 1,000% in.
Right.
And I don't know what's going to make me be 1,000% in. I kind of would be 1,000% in on things that he can't control.
Yeah.
Can you get me a wide receiver that I trust? Can you give me an offensive line that's going to be able to block for him? Yes, I'm asking him to do things to make us believe he's maybe more of a quarterback than we. Like, I hate looking at the numbers because the numbers tell me, are you crazy? Who cares if Shedeur Sanders is your quarterback?
Yeah.
But what I see in the player,
there's more there.
Makes me want him to stay. Makes me want me to see more. Makes me try to get engaged with the fans that are all on board. Like, I want to be there. I'm not there.
Yeah, I will co-sign that right now. So where are you with Watson then?
I've been saying this for a while. If Watson's healthy, he's going to be your starting quarterback to start the season. If he's healthy and they can play him, Jeff Denver wants to hear this.
Yeah.
There's a return on investment, and when you buy something and it's been broken for forever, you want to see if it works before you throw it away.
I would agree with that. And I also think with a new coach, with a new set of eyes on this situation, and it being Todd Monken, right, who's coming in here, and I know with this, one of the selling points for him, and I think one of the reasons that he has particularly endeared himself to Andrew Berry is that Todd Monken has shown at Georgia and at Baltimore that he can get the most out of whoever his quarterback is.
Didn't Kevin Stefanski do the same thing?
Yes.
Like, didn't we all think Kevin was this great quarterback whisperer that was going to be able to make guys play better? And
tight end whisperer. I don't know about a quarterback whisperer, but he was not given. I mean, he had a lot of quarterbacks, not a lot of really good ones.
All I can think about now is the Super Bowl commercial, the prostate awareness Super Bowl commercial.
I don't know why your mind would go there.
Because it was about tight ends.
Oh, okay.
The whole thing was about tight ends, and they showed all these great tight ends on there.
Okay.
You have to go back and see it.
Okay.
Bruce Arians, tight end commercial, Super Bowl. You will laugh for an hour.
Right, but my point is that Monken has shown that he can, take a quarterback, and I think it's also good from the Browns' standpoint and where they're at right now is that Todd Monken knows what the best quarterback in the league is supposed to look like, right?
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, you could argue that, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar is in that conversation, right?
Sure.
And he had him for a couple of years. So I think that's a good get off point in terms of where Todd is in this quarterback and where this quarterback situation is right now. I think it's going to be fascinating to see. I've already seen tons of Instagram posts by Mr. Watson on how hard he's working in this offseason.
But the team has put stuff out, too.
Yeah, they have. I'm also interested to see what Shedeur is doing during this first offseason of, knowing that he's going to have a legitimate chance to be the starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns going forward. Is he going to make the most of this opportunity? What's he going to do with it?
I think he learned from last year that he was interviewing for a job and not being recruited for the job. And I can't remember who said that to us, but to me, that made more sense than anything on earth. His approach to the game early on. But he always had a good attitude, even if he was the fifth string quarterback.
Totally.
I'm just going to sit here, and when I get my opportunity, I'm going to be ready to go, and I'm still mad at the Browns for making him the number 2 quarterback and giving him hardly any reps. That to me made no sense at all.
No, for the most part, I've loved everything I've heard from the kid. And I think, he's also, action speaks louder than words, right? And I've seen the kid go out there and work on his craft, right?
Yeah.
And work on his game. And I'm sure that he's doing that in this offseason. So it's going to be interesting to see his continued development. I'm right with you, Andy. I'm in lockstep with you in that we saw enough last year to feel like he has earned the privilege, earned the opportunity to win the starting job. Who he's going to be in competition with that, we still don't know.
I don't know. I also think there are some things, and I know we all watched Gabriel, and a lot of people thought he had underachieved and just couldn't figure out why Sanders wasn't playing over him, or why they decided that he was a better choice for Flacco before they traded Flacco, right?
Yeah,
Flacco, I didn't understand some of the things going on there too, and I also kind of feel like I kind of wish they would trade Gabriel to give him a shot somewhere else.
I'm with you. I still haven't gotten an acceptable answer on a lot of things, right? The Gabriel pick.
It just seems like it was all a big power play.
The Gabriel pick, the Pickett trade after being told that Pickett was going to be the guy, then the Flacco trade.
Picking Sanders in the first place, right?
Taking Sanders in the first place, yeah. After you take a quarterback earlier than him.
And then the Browns get killed.
None of it made any sense.
Saying, he should. The Browns were the only team that wanted him at that point.
Yeah.
And yet the organization gets killed for it. And it's just like,
yeah.
Well, okay, we picked him.
Well, I can't tell you how many.
We picked him. Nobody else did.
I can't tell you how many people have approached me and said, tell us about this narrative that Stefanski was undermining Shedeur. And I'm like, well, that did not go on. And, once things started to snowball in the wrong direction with that and their relationship, there was no turning back. So there was no fixing it.
Nobody wanted to hear anything different either, right?
That's a whole other story.
I mean, no one else wanted to listen. I mean, I don't. It's not like Shedeur never ripped.
No,
Kevin. I don't ever remember him coming out and go, "Well, I'm not good because of Kevin." I never heard that.
No,
or anything even close to that.
No.
And Kevin was the same with Shedeur as he was with everybody else.
Which is what I was afraid of when they drafted him, because you were bringing on much more than just a rookie quarterback, right?
True.
You were bringing on that entire world that is Shedeur, rightly or wrongly, right? And again, the kid made progress during the year. I thought he got better on a week-to-week basis. There's still some things he does poorly that you would hope he's going to fix in this offseason, and that's Todd Monken's charge. That's as big a job of anything that he's got to do with this team.